Hello guys, OzMan here. Invictus Prime versus Knoxville Squad. It is alive, but it's on one of our bases, so I shall leave it. There are about 13 minutes left in this war. They do have a few attacks left, but the result is going to stay fairly close. Knoxville Squad has thanked us already for a good war, and they hope for redemption someday. These guys arranged with us. It was awesome. They hit up Craze, and we set up a war, which is refreshing. That there is some faith out there in arranged wars with IP. We also thank them and wish them luck. There's so far, and I'll come back to this after a couple of the bases that I cover, the 3-star count 27 to 20. They've done pretty well. They've just 2-starred our top 11. They've got quite a few of the 10s. I will say this was a strange arranged in the sense that we had an absolute ton of hero levels on these guys. Like, we could match weights quite well, but hero levels was just so much and like a huge advantage for us. So we gave them, I think, a 9.5 and possibly a 10.5. I don't think that would have leveled it up very well. But as you can see, they've done quite a decent job on our bases. No slouch, Knoxville Squad, considering some of the heroes were pretty lightweight. Some really beast attacks. There is the damage Invictus Prime has done. I'm not in this one. I got sat because I'm a 10.5 and they're not always great to match up with. We have left 111, 2 10s. I'm gonna just run some random ones and then I'll pick up at the end of the war and see what the final score is. This is Coco 69. 7 healer attack, 6 Valkyries, 8 Hogs. He asked me to show this. I've not seen anything but some of the live stuff in the last little while because I was over in Maynard helping with donations all day in a draw, 57-57. In a tight war versus some clan called Nene, who didn't attack for the first like 15 hours and then came back and did some damage, but we won on percentage. Anyway, Coco here has broken the wall. Not sure he didn't want his queen to go in. She is going to backtrack as the wizards did create the funnel. Rage down to push through this. CC is about to get pulled. Probably didn't need the hog, but it's there. 2 baby dragons with some loons. Double poison for that. It's a strange CC in the sense if everything's split up, it's fantastic because the baby dragons rage up and they get pissed off and they do like a fuck ton of damage. If they stick together, it's a bit meh. I have seen it work in other clans. Anyway, his bowlers and his king have come in from the top. They've absolutely smashed through the enemy queen. Jump spells taking the king through, and a couple of the Valks that were alongside. Bowlers are out on their own. King is being healed at this point, and there's only 2 hogs left to send in. He's got a fair chunk of the base, probably 30% of the base left, and maybe 7 or 8 defenses. So these bowlers are going to need to come around and help out. But these hogs being sort of covered by the king, they've all gone to spring traps. Bowlers are going to be just fine. Queen's going to get through the wall. She's going to not have too much trouble with 1 archer tower. Wizzy's focused on something else, and that cannon sleeping. This is wrecked. His bowlers are happy. They avoided the main fight, but they're happy. Sweet attack. I shall fast forward the end of that. We'll check where the war is at. I expect they're going to get a few more stars because they had like 3 untouched bases. So they've 2'd the top one. They've still got Tiger. And they've 2'd XY, I think, in the last couple of seconds. Yeah. That might end up being the final score. They do have... they probably pick up 2 more stars, maybe 3. Finish 80, 87. We'll see. Until then, that looks like a dip. We'll run some more Town Hall 9s. I showed one at Coco's. Let's go with Arch Enemy. No healers in this. So a bit of a contrast to the 7 healer attack that we just watched. This is 2 golems. Ton of whizzies, big funnel. This is more old school. So the CC of death, well, witch this time instead of double Valk and a whiz. I prefer the witch, but that's just personal preference. I think if the witch gets enough skellies off, it throws your troops a little bit more, and the baby dragon has time to just do its thing. But this is going to be a bit of a surgical hog now. His Valks are going to push straight through the core. He can heal them up. He actually probably doesn't need any of these heals for the hogs. We won't worry too much about keeping them alive. They just need to take care of the point defense on the outside of the base. King's ability is going to push him forward. Barbs have disintegrated for the most part. They're going to take the Tesla fire. And he's actually did save 1 heal for these hogs, which might maybe hit a bomb. Not a bomb spot. So yeah, fairly clean. Bit of cleanup left to do. But strong push through the core, and then the hogs just clean up the outside. So yeah, these guys said they want to arrange again. I think it'd be fantastic. Do you know what? Good sports are good sports. People play this game for fun. And I think that gets lost in the drama sometimes. Let's watch Placebo. People get a little caught up on they only lose if the other team's modding and oh, they've got a 9.5 and shit, they use wall breakers. When really, we just play for fun. Everyone plays for fun. If it isn't fun, quit the fucking game. Anyway, you probably never heard me rant. Or maybe I always rant. This is 3 golems. They've bunched up. They're all going to go into the core of the base. Bowler out of the CC. They're going to miss the double bomb spot, thankfully, because that would have been Bowlers done quite quickly. Baby Dragon CC out with the poison. And his kill squad, if you can call it that, is going to push through until about halfway on this base. And as soon as stuff starts targeting, he can start trickling hogs. He's going to use the old school surgical tactic of putting a giant down first. That giant didn't even get touched, but it will hit that wall for a while. Maybe it'll move on. There we go. Bowlers have walked. Hogs are going to need a big sort of portion of heal. Still has the queen ability to go. His bowlers are just going to be on cleanup. That giant's going to just stop and hit walls and then start again. But the surgical worked. Even though the giants probably weren't needed. Just needs something to take care of these skellies. And he might have a couple of hogs left for cleanup. Otherwise these bowlers are going to actually come in very handy. Still got a couple of defenses up. The base is done, but it's going to become like tedious here. So we will speed it up. Obviously the golem's going to tank. Bowlers are going to smash that. The Wizzy goes down, no problem. Clean enough. Bloodbath. Will it be a bloodbath? 5 Valks. 11 hogs. I'm guessing I'm going to go with CC bowlers. I'm not sure. There's a few Town Hall 8 defenses on this. He is a 30-30, so this should be fairly straightforward. And after this, I'll zip up to the top. I'll probably do this one in 2 parts anyway. So I'll finish this video off with maybe one more, and then I'll show the score. And then I'll cover the top portion of the base in a separate video. Thought it'd be a bit of fun to finish a war, and also the timing of it actually fit into my schedule. We've got a new guy who's going to be streaming. He's yet to give me his name. I'll just check my messages. He's going to have a YouTube channel. Apparently his stream might be a bit delayed just due to the fact that he has internet like me that is a bit lackluster. In our modern times, it's sad that we can't all have super fast broadband, even if you live in a nice part of town or a nice part of the States. I'll put his link into the description. Not really sure where I was going with that, other than there's going to be a new guy showing some new stuff. I think he's going to focus mainly on IP. Hopefully he will get his stream up and running. It will be something along the lines of The Great Witcher or something like that. So he's Bloodbath saved 10 hogs here. Queen has gone all over the shop. She's dealing with skellies. She's going to have to hit the ability to take out this little pack of defenses. Well, that's all being tanked. He can send in a couple of hogs. She will probably live through this raid just as there's nothing left aside from a mortar that is now done. Yeah, so I'll do another video. We'll cover the top bases. I can't shout out enough to this clan Knoxville Squad, and they want more, even though it's going to be, I think, about a 7.7 difference. They will come back and fight. So fast forward the last bit of this. "16 seconds left. They're on Tiger. They're on Cal. We'll watch how this finishes up. I'll give you the final stats and then we'll call it a day. I can't show bases. I don't want to show bases. We did use decent bases for these guys. There some farm wars we just don't even bother. People just steal them. I think good bases only get built by probably 10% of the clans out there. 78, I reckon. 2 might clear Cal. I reckon they 2-star number 3. Might get 81. I'm gonna have a sip of beer. We are on 0 seconds. $79. Left the one star on Tiger. That is the infamous Tiger. He does quite a few videos for other games. I know he does. He's done some Pokemon Go, I think, and he plays some Summoner's War thing I've never seen, which I think's been out too long for me to pick up. Not interested. We were in Crystal Warrior together. Good times. Reunited. Is Cal gonna get 3-starred? I want to see the end. I'll come back in 1 second. So yeah, we left 3 bases. I reckon Cal's not going down. This is taking too long. This is an archer banging on a wall or something. You guys have probably switched this video off at this point. I will pick up the top 2 miners They got him. Well done, Knoxville Squad. Thank you very much for a fantastic war. I'll see you guys for the next part of this. Bye-bye.